Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of We Are Forza podcast. Today we have FTC Hooper with us. Hello, Hooper. How are you doing?
Hello, Robi. I'm doing all right today. What about yourself?
I am doing very well, thank you. So it's nice to have you here with me because you are the first hot lapper I'm going to talk to. Of all my
Hey,
guests
that's
I have
actually
had
first.
here. Yes. So for those who doesn't know, Hooper, besides a hot lapper, he's also a racer for FTC Racing, and he's a forzatographer. So we will start talking a little about Forza and you, and then we go to talk about what you do in Forza. So let's go. What's the first Forza game you have played?
My first Forza game I've ever played was Forza Motorsport 2, back when
Okay.
I got my 360 for the first time, booted it up. I have quite a bit of time on there, and it's probably still my favorite Forza game to this day.
Okay. Okay. But you also play Forza Horizon, right? It's
Yes.
not on. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So, and do you have a favorite car? It can be in game or in real life or both if you have in both places.
Yeah. My favorite car, it's in Motorsport 7, but I haven't had a chance to see it like in person yet. But it's
Okay.
probably the C6R, the one that
Okay.
raced in Le Mans and INSA.
Okay. Okay. And what about your favorite track, the one you like most to race?
I'm probably Le Mans. Le Mans was
Okay.
my favorite.
And how come? Why do you like that track?
Le, Le Mans is probably it's a historical landmark, firstly, and I grew up watching Le Mans and all that. And it's produced some of the best racing I've been able to be in, whether it be
Okay.
in private lobbies or just
Okay.
having fun in public lobbies. It's just a great track.
Okay. Okay. That's nice. And what's your least favorite track? And tell me
Maple
why.
Valley. Maple
Maple Valley.
Valley. Yes.
Why? I think we're the
um,
first one who says it.
Maple Valley, more or less, because of the fact that I have terrible luck at that track. It's after the first turn, it's just everyone piles into that long right-hander,
Yeah.
and I'm always the one that ends up being shunted into the grass, and that's why I hate the track. It's just a bad luck track for me.
But I think Maple Valley is actually a very beautiful track, though, for photos.
It is very pretty, but the
Yes.
racecraft it can
Yeah,
use
I
some
know.
work.
I have raced a few times there, and yeah, I don't know. I think I don't do well in any track, so. Yes. Okay, but it's about you. It's not about me. So let's go to the next question. um. So when did you realize you were like a car guy? That you liked
um,
cars?
I realized I was a car guy. Ever since ever since I could talk, I've been
Yeah.
watching racing series like NASCAR and Formula One and
Yeah.
IndyCar, and I've just grown since then. And I work on cars in college now,
Okay.
and I realized I was a car guy because I love the story behind them. I love what goes into building into the craft behind them, and
Yeah.
it just fascinates me what you can create with pieces of metal and how it can work.
Yeah. That's true. Do you like the new electric cars? Are you against it or you are totally pro them? What's your opinion?
It will depend on what it is.
Okay.
Because, take for instance, the Ford Mach-E.
Yeah.
It's. I would say I don't like it because it's technically, in my eyes, it's not really a Mustang. It's a crossover SUV that should have just been called a Mach 1.
Mm. Yeah.
However, if you take in cars like the Rimac and Nevera and all of them, I
Yeah.
love those.
Yeah.
They're just beautiful and they really show what electric power can really do and
Okay.
how it's just not something used for utility.
Yeah. So I guess I don't like the Mustang Mach. It's because of the name because they chose
Yes.
that name. Okay.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. Okay, I understand that. I think you are not the only one in that. Now, okay, now I have a question that often people need to think a little to answer. What does Forza mean to you?
Forza to me means family and
Yeah,
community greatness.
yeah,
The reason why I say this is because over the years of Forza, I've acquainted people who I can call family
yeah.
just by racing around and just chatting with them, and it creates a good atmosphere to just chill and have a good time with your friends. And well,
Hmm.
obviously Forza also means racecraft to me because Forza really opened up a different path to me,
Yeah.
because before all this, I really didn't know what Forza really had for me. I was just a guy who just played Forza for fun and would
Okay.
be the typical guy to just stay in the back of lobbies and whatever.
Okay.
But the family aspect to me is,
Hmm. It's
sorry, I started to think about this one. This one's a very
it's
tricky
okay.
one to answer.
Yes, yes. No, it's okay. I think you had a very good a very good answer for this one. Because yes, I think for most of people means family, a community, a place to make new friends and hang out. And yes, it's
Yes.
it's uh, it was a very good answer, the one you gave me. So another one. Where does your gamer tag come from? Okay, I know that FTC come from because you are a racer for FTC Racing, but where does Hooper come from?
Okay. this
Maybe
gamer
it's just
tag's
your
actually,
yeah.
it's an inside joke between friends.
Okay.
Um, the whole story behind this one is that my
Mm,
old gamer tag before I swapped to a new account was
mm,
Hypercar Gaming, and
okay.
instead of calling me Hypercar, one of my good friends called me Hooper.
Okay.
Called me Hooper Car, and that's how that Hooper stuck. It was a name between friends, and I eventually went, you know what? We're gonna do this. And
Yeah.
then I just decided to put Hooper Car as my alt gamer tag account, which eventually became my main account.
Okay. Okay. Oh, it's a nice name, Hooper. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So now we are going to talk a little about what you do in Forza, both racing, hot lapping, and taking photos. Let's start with the photos. That's what I like most. Sorry. So, when did you start taking photos in Forza? Doesn't matter if it was Forza Motorized or Forza Motorsport. How did it, how did it start?
It started for me in Motorsport 6
Okay.
when I was just browsing around, whatever, just playing around with the GT cars, and I
Yep.
found photo mode.
Okay.
And I started experimenting around with it to see, hey, this is a pretty cool feature. How can I elevate this to really find something to do?
Mm.
So I started looking into it, and I started getting better and better and better at it.
Yeah.
And it was a very neat find for me. And I also found out a way that you can also amplify the photos too with the settings that they provided.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, this improved throughout the games as well, but I just had a lot of fun just sitting down and playing with the settings.
Okay.
And it started because I just accidentally stumbled upon it in Motorsport 6 when I was racing.
Hmm. Yeah, that's nice. Have you, when you started taking photos, had you already started sharing them on Twitter or Instagram? I don't know where you were back then, in which social media. Social media, I mean, were you already sharing them to everyone, or you were just keeping them for yourself in game?
I didn't have social media back then. In
Ah, okay,
Motorsport 6, I was just kind of keeping them to myself. Motorsport 7, I
okay,
didn't start sharing. It was only into the later end in Motorsport 7
Yeah.
where I started sharing photos that were from Horizon, but I've never shared any Motorsport photos. I've wanted to, I just haven't had the time recently.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. And then you started after a while posting our photos on Twitter and showing people, and they start, oh, Hooper, that's a nice photo. Well done. More or less like that.
And yeah, things like that.
uh, do you prefer to take photos in Forza Horizon or in Forza Motorsport? Which one do you
Um,
prefer?
I prefer, personally for me, I prefer taking photos in Motorsport.
Okay.
More
Why?
or less because I like the atmosphere of having a race car on a racetrack and amplifying the photo with all the curves and all the lines that the track gives. And
Yeah.
I just like experimenting. I mean, in all reality, this question can go either way. Like if
Yeah.
it's a casual like Volkswagen Golf, then
Mm.
Horizon is personally better for me. But if it's a Golf GT4 car or in one of those whatever the Australian series is, I will like taking it in motorsport because it just provides more atmospheric. It provides more
Okay.
atmosphere for the car.
Okay. 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 Yeah. It makes sense. It makes sense. Yeah. And do you also take photos in real life? You are the kind of person that has the phone or a camera with you all the time, taking pictures.
I like taking photos in real life too, but I don't post them that often.
Yeah. Do you like to take photos of cars, or you go for landscapes or people or your dog? I don't know.
I will go for I sometimes I do cars, but most of the time I'll just take photos of nature and
Hmm.
atmospheric landscapes.
Okay. Well, maybe you should start sharing them. Maybe we would like to
Maybe.
see them. Yes, do it.
Okay.
You
This is
just
no
say,
longer a request.
yes,
Just do it.
she told me to do so. Okay, so now let's talking a little about racing and hot lapping. So, what did it come first? You being a racer or hot lapper?
um,
How
before
how did you work it? Yeah.
at the first half of everything, I was just a casual racer. I was
Yeah.
introduced by this to a good friend of mine, and I started being a racer. And I was a racer for about 6 months in there. And
Mm.
then I stumbled across the monthly rivals for Motorsport 7, and I started
Okay.
grinding those out. And that's how I started with hot lapping.
Okay. Okay. I have how long have you been? How long have you been a racer for FTC Racing?
Um, at this point, I've been a racer for them for over a year and a half.
Okay. Okay. So it's more or less the time you have been a racer. Have you been in another team before? Or
No,
FTC is the first? Okay. Yeah. Okay. Um, so, but how about your like? How did you become a racer? I mean, if you did you have to practice a lot, or it's just like a natural talent? You just, oh, I'm fast. I'm going to start racing against other people for real, not to, not alone here. How did it happen?
it happened because I was actually quite shy to show
Mm.
my skills to other people
Yeah.
because I actually is pretty quick to begin with for someone who wasn't known, and then one of my friends introduced me to one of the leagues FTC was running, and then this was all the way back like 2 years ago
Yeah.
when they had the Holy Trinity of the F1, the 959, and then the Countach, I think it was, and then I joined that, and they were like, "Hey, you're pretty fast. Why don't you practice with them more?" I was like, "You know what? I'll go ahead and do it." And then a few months later, I
Hmm.
joined Tora for
Yes.
under them for Tora, and I did surprisingly well considering it was my first ever Tora event.
Okay.
And after the rest of that, I just kept on racing more and more and more, and here we are today.
Yeah, that's nice. That's nice. Though it's just a natural talent. That's nice. Do you also make your own tunes? I mean, because most racers they can do their own tunes. Can you tune, or you
I
just race?
Okay, I am one
Oh,
of the very few people at my pace who
okay.
cannot tune. I would
Okay.
just download the top tunes from either like ESV Bullet or people like them because I can't tune. I'm just like, I'll
No.
just download their tunes because they just suit my driving well.
So you have a few tuners that you usually choose their. No, wait. Let's remake my question. Do you do you always you have a few tuners that you trust and then you take their tunes?
Yes,
Let's
yes,
say.
I do.
Okay. 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 It's so you're like me. See, we have something common. We can't tune.
That's
um,
something in common, isn't it?
yeah, yeah, that's something. Wow. I mean, me and one of the fastest Forza racers, we have something common. We both can't tune. Yes.
Yes.
um, do you race only on Forza Motorsport, or you do other games like Assetto Corsa or Gran Turismo, or I don't know, Mario Kart? I don't
I
know.
Mario Kart's an odd one. I only race on Motorsport and Horizon. I wanted to branch off to ACC and maybe
Oh,
Gran Turismo,
okay.
but I don't have a PlayStation and I don't
Yeah.
have a wheel for ACC. So those options were kind of thrown out the window.
Like on ACC, do you have to have a wheel to play? Isn't possible with a controller, or it's just harder?
Uh, from what I remember, it is better to have a wheel for ACC than it is to
Oh,
have a controller.
okay, okay, yeah. I will keep in mind if I ever get a ACC though. I guess you were really looking forward to Forza Motorsport, the new one next year.
Oh yes, I am so looking forward to it. I'm so excited.
Yeah, yeah, me too. Both for racing because it's going to be the first Forza Motorsport that will start from the start, like with everyone else. And then
Yeah.
yes, I will try to do it to finish the game. Not finish the game, but at least play it, not take pictures. I think for some motorsport, actually, I started a career mode, but after a while, I will stop it. It's enough. I Yeah. But let's see how it's going to be with the new Forza Motorsport. I am really, really, really looking forward to it. So we'll see. I'm getting
We will see.
ready for it. Yes, I still have a few months to practice it, and we will see. Mm, so now let's talk about being a hot lapper. What do you like most about it? I'm just asking because I'm really terrible at racing, and when I do monthly rivals on Forza Horizon, I really get a terrible time. And don't tell everyone, but I think it's very boring. I just hot lapping, and then I just don't know. Do you usually make like many hours in hot lapping, or how is it? Tell me about your process because I know you get very good times. I have seen your name in those monthly rivals that Force Motorsport has been doing lately. Can see your name among the top 10. So tell
Well,
me.
my routine I probably spend way too much time in Rivals for what's humanly healthy
Yeah.
because in Horizon alone, I'm at like 7,000 laps in Rivals, and
Okay.
then my daily routine is to basically just chase lap times, just chase the lap times, learn their lines, and try my best to follow them. And
Okay.
I really just enjoy the aspect of chasing a time down and just watching me get closer and closer. And still is somehow not coming up to be able to beat that time, but it's still a lot of fun just closing in on that time and seeing how much you've really improved and saying, oh, hey, it's taking me 5 hours, but I'm pretty close now.
Okay. In 6 hours, I improved half a second. I mean, no, I have seen that even less because I think half a second it's a lot of time in hot lapping. Yeah, yeah. It's but do you prefer to do those hot laps in Forza Horizon or in Forza Motorsport?
I'm gonna go back to my roots, and I prefer to do hot lapping in motorsport, even though I
Yeah.
haven't hot lapped in motorsport for a good year now. But
Okay.
I still, it's just because I started with it and I loved it so much,
Yeah.
and because it was just a competition there was so much
Yeah.
higher than it was like in Horizon. Like, no offense, but the motorsport competition was really, really what pushed me to become a better driver.
Okay. 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 But when you are you open your Forza Horizon game and then you get a notification. Oh, Robbie beat your time by 2 seconds. Okay, it's just not true, but still. Don't you say, damn it, I needed to beat her again. Now I needed to beat her time. Don't you feel like that? Or you just say, no, I will not be able to beat that time because it was hard to get that time. And I don't know if I am explaining myself well here.
No, don't worry. I get what you're saying. For me, it depends on A, how well the day is going, B, how far ahead their time is. Because if it's a tenth, then
Yeah.
that takes no more than like half an hour maximum. But if it's like 2.5 seconds, then that's an because it
Mm.
can take me anywhere from, considering if it's a really good time, it could
Mm.
take me from an hour all the way up to 5 hours to beat that time.
Mm.
And sometimes I'll just leave it and just go back to another day.
Yeah, understood. And yeah, maybe sometimes it's the best thing. Just okay, let's take a break and come back another time. Yes, and then as you are someone who likes to make good times in hot laps for seeing your name between among the fastest, seeing other people that cheat. It's probably not nice. That you say,
No,
oh, I'm not in top 10 because there are 9 people that has cheated on their time. That should be very sad.
yeah, yes, it is. And yes, and that does annoy me, along with
Yeah.
90% of people I know. It does annoy
Yeah.
me. And the way that at least I've found a way to do it is
Mm.
you open Photoshop and you just kind of cut the times that are cheated out and just move the times that are legit up to their proper positions.
Okay.
That's what I find nice to
Yeah.
do anyways. And when you beat a cheater, the feeling is so nice because you can
Mm.
point and laugh at them and say, haha, your cheats mean nothing.
Yeah. When I see some cheaters, I just try to check what time is more realistic. And then I say, okay, we just skip the first 20 people. Let's start from here.
Yes.
Yep. I know it's. I really hope they will be able to fix it someday. Make it like in a way they say if the person make it like Goliath in 5 minutes, we know it's impossible to make a Goliath in 5 minutes. So they don't accept it that time. It just goes away, just disappeared. It doesn't even get saved. I don't know. They should make like a daily or a weekly cleaning. I don't know.
Yeah, They should. And what I also think they should do is if the time is on the verge of legit and possibly being hacked, they should just look into the run, see what lines they're taking, and see
Yeah,
if they're doing it from a dead start or
yeah,
if they're starting from a running start and following the top lines that should be taken.
yeah. But I don't know if it's easy for them. If the lap is not recorded, how will they do it?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, you got me on that one. You've got me on that one.
I think the only way is if they see the time recorded. Okay, it's every time up below 50 seconds, it's impossible. Again, away, delete it, it's not saved. I don't know. Yeah, I know they are working on it, so I really hope it will be something we can don't see anymore. Oh, I hope we don't see those cheaters. I don't know.
Yeah.
I hope it will get better for some motorsport because there is where people really go competitive, and I know where all the fun really happens.
Yes. Yes. 100% yes. Because as
Yes.
soon as a new motorsport drops, oh boy, it's gonna be a
Yeah.
hot lap sweat fest. And if people are gonna expect me to be in the middle of it, I'm like, oh god.
Yes, let's really hope though. So let's see here. What do you like to do besides playing video games? Because I understood that you spend a lot of time doing your hot laps and practicing for your races. So, do you do anything? Do you spend time playing another game, or what do you do? Tell me.
Outside of Forza, I'll play different games like Destiny 2, Fantasy Star Online 2, and
Yeah.
then I will go. Actually, something I really like to do is I like to go fishing and I like to go camping and just take nature walks outside and spend
Okay.
time outside.
Okay. Yeah. Nice. Do you go fishing often?
Yes, I try to go fishing as much as I can,
Okay.
and I try to go with my father quite a bit because I don't get to see him that often anymore, and we both love to go fishing.
Okay. And what kind of fish do you fish?
Uh, Anything from trout to salmon
Oh,
to
nice.
steelhead to bass, bluegill. We also have vacations where we go deep sea fishing too for mahi mahi,
Okay.
kingfish, and all that
Nice.
fancy jazz.
Okay, so you are like almost a professional fisherman.
Almost, actually, on that topic, I was part of a fishing team for 2 years.
Okay, tell me about it. How was it? What does it mean to be part of a fishing team? I have no idea.
It was actually quite a lot of fun. We didn't win
Okay.
anything because we were just, a public school or whatever. But
Hmm.
the t- going it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of bonding between the people who were doing it because
Yeah.
fishing is a very, very patient sport.
Yeah.
Because you have to be patient and you can't just give up within the first 15 seconds.
Yes.
You have to kind of wait, and that builds a sense of trust, and you can trust people to wait and not just move to the next spot. If it's 5 seconds pass by and nothing bites, let's move to the next spot.
Okay. But like in fishing team, do you guys have like the competition? Who who gets the biggest fish, or who's the first one to get a fish? How does it happen? How is it? I'm asking. I
Um,
have no idea.
for these types of competitions,
Hmm.
usually because the days we were on the championship, they were very, very bad fishing days. Our luck was horrible. The
Okay.
level of water, it had rained the night before,
Yeah.
so nothing wanted to bite because all the bugs were on the water to begin with. And
Okay.
then it was just freezing cold. It was like 15 degrees when we went fishing on one
Okay.
of the lakes,
Yeah.
and it was just bad luck. But
Okay.
for the largest fish, there's usually you're probably forgetting the largest fish is going to state. I'm gonna be real honest. It's going to state, and then if you qualify through state, you
Yeah.
go higher and higher, higher up until you get to nationals.
Okay.
And for the first fish caught, from my personal experience, there was no extra reward for having the first fish caught. It was just cool. You caught the first fish. Now go get
Okay.
some more.
Okay. But do you release back the fish, or you keep them? And eat the fish?
It depends on the type of fish.
Okay.
If it's trout, then I'll usually get a trout license that costs $5 every year. I'll go every around April, May, and I'll go for opening day and I catch a couple of trout, keep them, eat them. But if it's something like a bass, I'll just throw it back in, take a couple
Okay.
photos with it, throw it back in.
Okay. Okay. No. I tell you, but my experience with fishing is, I live here in Norway. I live near a river where they fish salmon. And it's something that comes to the newspaper looking like the person who took the first salmon and the person who got the biggest salmon. Then 2 weeks later, no, look, this one took an even bigger and heavier salmon now. So it's something that, I mean, I don't care because I don't know anything about it, but it's something that comes on the newspaper. So that's why I was asking. Maybe nothing happens here, so they needed to talk about the fish.
There must be something on the news that's interesting. Let's put this on there.
Okay, I'm not talking about the national news, but like maybe the local newspaper.
Yeah, I get you. I get you.
No, it's fun. No, it's nice. It's nice, but I don't fish. I don't know. I don't have patience for fishing, so I just buy them at supermarket. So, it's faster.
Yes, it's faster indeed.
Maybe it's not better. Maybe it will not taste as good as if I had fished it, but yeah, it's just faster. Yeah. Yeah, I have no time to waste. I need to play Forza.
I have no time. I must play Forza and I must do adult life.
Yes, I needed to keep sucking at Forza, so I have no time for it.
Yes.
Yes. Well, Hooper, thank you very much for taking your time and talking to me. And it was very nice to have this conversation and get to know a little more about you. Thank you very much.
It was my pleasure. It was great meeting you, and thank you for having me for this opportunity. I really enjoyed it.
Yes, thank you. And for you that are watching us, please don't forget to like and subscribe my channel. It helps me a lot. And all the links to find the Hooper on the social media, on Twitter. I think you are only on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. I can see here all your social media links here on your photo.
Yes.
I will be sharing here. I will also put the link for the FTC Racing if anyone is interested, maybe becoming a new racer for them. The link will be here in the subscription. Okay? Well, bye-bye, everyone. Bye-bye, Hooper. Bye.
Bye.